And it's day 43 of the daily dollar cost average project for Bitcoin. So again, we'll just get right into it. Take DAI and transfer it to Bitcoin for the amount of $333. Okay, so there you have it. And we'll just take a quick look at the portfolio. I have made some current changes to the portfolio. And I'm not sure if you heard the news or not, but you can buy Cardano on just regular Coinbase. It was just on Coinbase Pro, but now it's on regular Coinbase. So I bought 796 Cardanos, which is about $1,200. But I'm going to try to get this up to about 1,000 ADA. So just so you know, I'm gonna buy about 1,000 in total of Cardano, and I'll just forget about it. I'm not going to dollar cost average that. I just want to have it. I've been talking about it for a while. I was going to, put on get a Binance account just for that purpose alone. But now that it's on here, I'm just going to buy it here. So that's where that's at. So it's not a big deal. But anyways, I just want to do just something kind of different today. I'm going to talk about Lucy and Charlie Brown here. And just again, it's just everybody knows this little skit, right? So every time Lucy convinces Charlie Brown to kick the ball, she pulls it away, and then she'll plead with him. Oh, come on, just do it. I promise, 100%, I will not pull it away. Just go ahead, do it. Right? So then he knows what's going to happen, but she convinces him. And then he goes ahead with it. And we all know what happens, right? So I'm just using this as kind of like a metaphor of kind of like Bitcoin, okay? Now, I'm not saying long-term Bitcoin's bad. I like Bitcoin. I think it has a lot of potential. But in the short term, there's always corrections. And it's done it every single time. Like every time. And here he is. He's putting in his mind, this time she's not, he's trying to convince himself, right? So then what does she do? She pulls it away. He goes flying. Every single time. So, like I'm saying, it's the same thing with Bitcoin. If you look at the charts for Bitcoin, right? So let's look at the charts. It does, it goes up, it crashes. It goes up, it crashes. You know what I mean? It does it. And again, but it'll come back. And I'm not saying don't go ahead with it or anything. And these are kind of deceiving. Like these moving averages are very deceiving because as it moves, it smooths itself out because it's called a moving average. It averages everything out. Like these peaks and valleys aren't as dramatic as they actually were when you're looking at one of these long-term moving average charts. So you have to keep that in mind as well. But it'll peak and then it'll crash. Then it'll peak, then it'll crash. Then it'll peak and then it'll crash. It keeps doing the exact same thing, right? Don't be a Charlie Brown. Like don't think that it's not going to do it again. I don't know when it's going to do it, and that's why daily dollar cost average. Because I'll be the first to admit I have no idea when's it going to happen. I can speculate, like I've said before. The month of March has historically been fairly bad for Bitcoin, but that doesn't mean that it's going to happen for sure. But it has happened, So whatever. But you just got to, be prepared for it. Like what I mean? It's like a good boxer. A good boxer doesn't go into the ring think, oh, the guy's never going to hit me. He has to know how to take the hit. He has to know how to roll with the punch. He has to know how to counter punch. He has to know how to, be able to use the other person's momentum to their advantage. When this person's going this way, and when I counter that way, it totally throws the opponent off balance, and I can win, right? It's the same thing. You have to use the same mindset. You can't go in there thinking the market will never turn against me. The market is always going to be on my side because it's not. But the question is, can you roll with it? can you use these aggressive price swings to your advantage? That's what you want to know. And that's what I'm saying. Again, I'm not going to be able to say on this day it's going to happen or that day it's going to happen. I don't know. That's why I do what I'm doing. But I would be willing to bet it will happen eventually. So anyway, so we'll just look at these again, these different. So we got this guy. Okay, and again, this guy here, this Crypto, a week ago, he was saying Bitcoin sucks, get out. Now he's saying, I just found a $100,000 moonshot signal, and it's going to change. Like, this guy is, like, I don't know if he's crazy or if he's, like, he believes what he's saying. I have no idea. You know, I don't know the guy, but I wouldn't trust somebody like that. You know, so again, emergency trade alert. What do you mean emergency trade alert? You know, like, anyways. So this girl sold all her Bitcoin to buy a Tesla. Like, why would you do that? I don't know. Like, but anyways, cars are like the worst thing to buy. Now, this could be important. So Fed does not extend capital requirement relief for banks. In this video, we discussed the surprise announcement by the Fed that the suspension to the supplementary leveraging ratio. Then it goes on. So that could be interesting because if they're not going to extend any sort of an emergency fund or whatever. Okay, now we got this guy, Cuban, who said like a few years ago, Bitcoin sucks, everything cryptocurrency sucks. Now he's saying Ethereum will be bigger than Bitcoin. And this is why I'm a huge Ethereum fan. But like a couple years ago, he was saying it all sucked. So all of a sudden he's an expert in it. See, I don't like, again, it's either this guy was accumulating that stuff cheap, and then now that it's to his advantage, he's saying this, or I don't know. Who knows? Like, this is the whole thing. You don't know, and that's why daily dollar cost average, because I am not privy to any inside information. You know, you're going to get this guy saying one thing. Maybe he's trying to exit a strategy. He gets millions of people to buy it and he dumps it. You don't, I'm not saying he's doing that, but I'm saying that could be the case. You know, again, this isn't financial advice, but you got to realize when very prolific people talk, it's not like when regular people talk, because their actions and their discussions can affect markets. Like if I say something right now, it's not going to affect the market because nobody cares what I have to say, right? But when you're a very prolific person, like you're a billionaire, you're somebody that's somewhat of an influencer, you can change the market, either good or bad, depending on what you're saying. So this is like Elon Musk says a couple things and it changes the market. It's just, I don't know. So yeah, then we got this guy. Bitcoin to $10 million, the rise of the Bitcoin aristocracy. So he's saying, like, if you have Bitcoin, you're going to be part of the elite. And then we got Monero. That's another one. I always wanted Monero, but I don't think you can get that. But anyways, I'm not going to be buying every one of them. I'm pretty much done. Like Cardano's my last one that I'm buying, like, of the alts, and I'm just going to let them ride. But again, my main concern is Bitcoin. I'll probably get into Ethereum eventually too. Like I had Ethereum at one point, but in another account. But I might get back into it. I'm not really sure. But so super cycle may propel Bitcoin over $1 million, says Phil McCracken's Dan Held. Morgan Stanley buys BitHump. Anyways, I'm not sure. I don't even know what DXY is. It says the Bitcoin and DXY battle continues. I didn't even know there was a battle going on. But, okay, these easy 22 time coins trash Bitcoin. This guy's got like a big heart on for hating on Bitcoin for some reason. I don't really know why. I don't really see. Okay, so I think we've seen this before. Like, yeah, Bitcoin reached 288,000 by the year end, and then again, they always put a question mark because if they're wrong, they'll say, "Well, I thought," Okay, now this guy, Bitcoin today, insane breakout to 300K, major Bitcoin announcement. So this was yesterday. Whatever. So, okay, here's another one. All right, so 15,000% profit altcoin picks. You must hold these altcoins set for life. Profits coming soon. So we're all going to be millionaires if we listen to this guy. So, anyways, like you got this Pompliano. They should just call this guy Pompous Ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but anyways, so I guess we could listen to this guy. I think we've heard this guy before, but we'll hear what he has to say. And
huge story today. A game changer is in the midst. There are a few concerning things going on in the world of Bitcoin, and we're going to talk about that more tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. But the fact is, if something happening behind the scenes right now in the world of crypto comes true, it could be the biggest story we've ever seen in crypto. We're also going to be taking a look at Cardano's big day as it gets ready to list on Coinbase today. I think it will actually list while we're live, I believe.
That'd be cool.
I think it's 12 Eastern, I think, if I remember correctly. We're also going to be taking a look at Ethereum suppression. What is going on with this? We talk about it a lot, but we got some actual data today that I did want to show you guys, some Bitcoin and Ethereum data to look at that does suggest that that's the case, along with one of our partners, SmartKey, getting listed on KuCoin. We'll look at that, and a story about Veracity trying to get rid of fake news. So guys, let's go and jump straight into the video today. First and foremost, 663K. Thank you so much to the Bit Squad. If you guys want to, take part in our contest, you guys can head on over to Twitter and look at the pinned tweet here and figure out how you can win one full Bitcoin when we hit 1 million subscribers, which is looking sooner rather than later. Our growth has certainly not slowed down at all. All right, guys, let's jump into Market Watch here. Take a look at what's going on in the markets. Look at this. Wow. Oh, wait a second. Is that an all-time high?
Looks like it.
I guess over the weekend it hit 1.8. Over the weekend it hit 1.8 trillion. It went to 1.79 trillion, and we're right back almost at 1.8 trillion. We're only $10 billion away from the peak of the market cap. And we got here Bonnie and Clyde with a super chat that says ADA will hit $2 after Coinbase listing. And hey, I'm good with it. I think that is going to happen, actually. You guys remember, there's a lot of buy the rumor, sell the news, but I definitely think that Cardano does have a good chance to hit $2 today. I got a big Cardano video out at 2 Eastern Standard Time with Carl from the Moon. He actually does some technical analysis on Cardano. And if Chris from MM Crypto and Carl from the Moon are doing TA on Cardano, it's about to pop. It's popular because those guys only like what's popular. That's why they like me. I'm just kidding. We love those guys. Good friends of the channel. Okay, so let's get back to the market here, but this is pretty interesting because right now we are almost, even with Bitcoin under an all-time high at $58,000, we are seeing a very high market cap. Now, that would seem to suggest that Bitcoin dominance is falling, and it is actually a little up from yesterday, so very interesting, 60.6%. Guys, we have not seen Bitcoin break below 60% in this bull run, I don't think. Have we, TJ? Do you remember?
If so, it was like dipping down to 59 for a second, but not really.
I mean, it could have briefly glanced off here, but we have to go all the way back to, it looks like in October it did drop below 60. It bottomed actually at 56 sometime in the fall, September. Now, this would have been kind of reaction to the DeFi craze that was going on at that time, and of course, maybe the PayPal news. Somebody says, I want to express my disagreement with BJ for the giveaway. I don't use Twitter, and I'm an old member of the Bit Squad. Well, we got plenty of good other ways for you to enter the contest without being on Twitter.
Right.
Yeah. And thank you for calling us BJ. We like that. You know what I meant to put in today, TJ?
What?
I meant to put in meme coins. Let's do this. Let's move that Bybit story, the leverage stuff, let's just talk about that kind of now. I'm going to move that up. And if you could change the into meme coins.
Okay.
Because I want to talk about that. That's very important today.
And if any of the mods are watching, we need to add Grumpy to the filter because they spam it like crazy.
Another meme coin, basically. There's a lot of weird rumors going on with that stuff. And look, I don't hate meme coins. I just want the people who are getting into meme coins to know what they're getting into. That's it. I'm all for it. I'm all for meme coins. TJ, on the other hand, hates them. He hates meme coins. I don't hate meme coins. I think they're fun. But I do think that you as an investor need to be educated about what you're getting involved in. So we'll talk about that here in a second, or actually at the end of the video. So we're looking at the dominance. We've seen it has fallen a little bit. Let's look at the biggest gainers of the day. Ethereum back over 1,800, by the way. Kyber Network, Crypto.com, ZRX. ZRX, some big news heading on over to Binance Smart Chain, actually. And
okay, so this guy's really saying nothing. Again, it's just one of those live feeds, and he's just rambling. He said, oh, yeah, Cardano's going to go to $2. Didn't do it. This guy has no idea, just like everybody else. And I'm not saying I do, but I'm just saying there's no point in listening to guys like this. Oh, yeah, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. This is going to happen. It's just he happens to have, whatever. People like to listen to him talk or whatever. I really don't know why, but this guy here has no more idea than you, me, anybody, right? So I just don't really see any point in listening to this guy because, again, it's all marketing. It's about, he has a huge following. He has, if you look here, he has 183,000 views just for this one segment. I think he's the biggest on YouTube, right? And again, I'm not hating on him. Like, hey, he from a marketing point of view, he's very smart. He's he's successful in what he's doing, and he just was able to capture a market and stick with it, and so on and so forth. But my point is, that does not make you an analyst. And these guys here aren't. He's quoting Crypto as being some, I guess, authority. That guy's a stooge. This is Crypto here. This guy's a lunatic. I wouldn't listen to that idiot. If that guy ever walked in, gave me financial advice, like if I was on Wall Street and he was one of the analysts, I'd walk out of the room. I would not listen to this lunatic one bit. Just open a new $1 million Cardano and Bitcoin trade. Here's the catch. Yeah, like this is going to happen. Nothing ever happens that this guy says. And he's supposed to be a technical analyst. The guy's a stooge. That guy's nothing. Same thing with this guy. This guy's a joke, man. Like both these guys, I wouldn't listen to these guys one bit. You got to just stick to what you're doing. Yes, you have to have some sort of a game plan, but to get, that hyped up and excited it's just counterproductive. So anyways, that's it for today. Again, you want to take into consideration some of the altcoins, maybe add it to your portfolio, but stick to your Bitcoin and, just take it from there and try to, just try to not lose sight of what you're trying to do, right? I do believe, again, I wouldn't be in it if I didn't think Bitcoin was a good overall investment, right? That's why I'm in it. But I'm just saying, but this nonsense of these guys can tell you, on this day it's going to do this, and on this day they don't know, man. They just don't know. It's as simple as that. But people have a need to try to find somebody that, I guess it's like a false sense of security. Like somebody's going to reassure, what I already believe, or they're going to lead me in the direction. Like, you know what I mean? Just, you got to understand these guys are there to get clicks. There to get, like that one guy had a show and you can donate money. He's trying to get donations and stuff. But like I said, I have a really unillustrious channel. Nobody watches it, which is fine. I'm not even worried about that. I'm not doing this to get clicks or anything like that. What the main reason why I'm doing this is, if anybody ever says to me, because I found this in a lot of investments that I've done, I'll make all kinds of money, right? And you know what's the first thing everybody says to me? Why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, well, I did tell you. Years ago, remember when I got into it and you laughed in my face? You said it's a totally idiotic idea and yada, yada, yada. They don't remember that part. Nobody remembers that part. They'll say, I don't remember that. Well, I remember you saying that. So whenever anybody comes up to me and they find out that I'm in cryptocurrencies, and they say, well, how do you do it? I'm going to say, go to my YouTube channel. I will walk you step by step on how to do it. And don't ever come to me and say, I didn't tell you. Okay? I don't want anybody to do that. Like I said, I could care less if, I get millions of views or I get this or I get that, whatever. I don't care. That's not the purposive nature of this channel. The reason why I'm doing this channel is, like I said, when someone says to me, how do I do it? I'm going to direct them to the channel. Watch that channel. Watch what I'm doing, because this is exactly how I do it. There's no hidden technique. I'm not doing something behind the scenes. I don't have any special information. I don't hang out with Wall Street heavyweights. I'm just a regular person like everyone else who, has, regular sources of income. I'm not, an oil tycoon or anything. Like I don't come from a rich family or anything like that. I didn't go to Ivy League schools and all this sort of stuff. Just a regular Joe average nobody. And this is how you do it. And like I said, excuse me, like I've said, it's about consistency, and you have to keep your head screwed on right. Excuse me. But these people that get all worked up and excited and screaming and shouting and, carrying on, that is doing you no good. That is not productive whatsoever. It's all about, again, consistency. You have to, when you get into it, you got to stick to a plan and follow through with it every single day. You can't do it this time and maybe not that time and maybe next week I'll do it again. You can't be that way. You got to get a strategy, and you got to stick to it, and you got to keep doing it. And you don't have to go as much money as I'm doing. I can understand that some people don't have this amount of money. Not that, again, I'm not trying to say I'm rich or anything, but some people, they can't afford that, but that's fine. Whatever you can afford, that's what you do, and stick to it. That's the key. You got to stick to it. But if you keep listening to this asshole and then that asshole and this jerk told you this, you're not going to go anywhere. You got to be like a freight train. You go in that one direction and you keep going. Don't listen to anybody else. Like, okay, you could say, well, why did I buy the altcoins? I did. I bought altcoins, but I don't really have a lot of them. Again, if you look at my portfolio with Chainlink, I got $1,500 worth. Cosmos, I got about $1,500 worth. Cardano, I have like 12 something. And Algorand, I have $627. Like, it's not a huge amount. And I like the stories. I did some research, but again, I've never committed to, I'm going to be like the Cardano mogul. But I do like the idea of Cardano. Like, I'll keep an eye on it. If I see a deal, I'll buy some more or whatever. But I'm going to have about 1,000 of these. See, this is my goal as far as this. So this, I'm going to have 50 of them. That's the goal. It's going to be 50. With this one, I want 100, right? There's going to be 100 of these. With this, I want 1,000. With Algorand, it's going to be 1,000. So that's the goal, right? But these ones I'm just going to do sporadically. I'm not going to be like going, mental towards these. But Bitcoin is going to be the daily dollar cost average. I will keep doing it consistently. And that's it. That's where I'm standing on it. Like, I'm not going to go any other way. Like, that's what I'm committed to. And again, I'm not saying you should do this amount of money. Do what you can afford. If you can afford more, go ahead, do it. I'm not saying that, but it's more about the action. Like, what am I doing? I'm doing something consistently every day. I've never missed a day. Well, I kind of missed one day because I combined 2 days together. But I mean, like, I did the trade. I just wasn't able to do a video because of reasons beyond my control. But anyways, I did do a trade every day. But like I said, you don't need the fancy software. That's why I use this basic Coinbase thing, just to keep it simple, right? Like, I'm not going to get into this really sophisticated platform and get people confused. You don't need all that. The key is consistency and keep a cool head. You got to do it every day. And whatever amount you commit to, make sure you do it every day. That is the key, even if it's a small amount, but do it every single day. Then once you get into the habit of it, it becomes easier because you just get into the routine. Like, every day when I wake up, I do one of these videos, bang, I know what I'm going to do. I get it done, and then that's the end of it. But again, if anybody ever asks me or, makes a statement of like, why didn't you ever tell me? Hey, go check out my YouTube channel. I will walk you through. Start off at day one and just watch every single video. You do exactly what I do. That's all I'm going to say to people, because I got sick of people coming down on me. It's like I would make a significant amount of money on a trade, and everyone's like, well, why didn't you tell me? Well, here you go. Here's the video right here. You want to know the secret sauce? There is no secret sauce. The secret sauce is do it every day and be consistent and don't listen to all these assholes. That's the secret sauce. Okay? These idiots, all these guys on YouTube, like they're, again, these guys are closer to a Lucy than they are to like a Gordon Gekko. They're just morons that, they mug for the camera. They do these stupid things, and this winds up being the average investor, a guy laying on his ass. You don't want to be that guy. You don't listen to these are the guys on YouTube giving these shows on Bitcoin. That's who they are. Lucy, right? Don't be this guy. Anyway, so that's it for today. And I'll see you tomorrow.